Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Peppo, your friendly longsword speedrunner. This is the third episode of Let's Talk About Longsword, and so a follow-up of the second part. If you haven't seen part 2 yet, make sure to check it out before continuing with this video. We are gonna discuss what is Iai Spirit Slash, how it works, the pros and the cons about this new attack. And of course, as always, personal tips you may find useful. Iai Spirit Slash is a new attack introduced in Monster Hunter World Iceborne. It can only be performed after special sheet, and it will consume 1 Spirit Gauge level. Iai Spirit Slash is not a normal attack though. It should be used to counter a monster's attack, like for example the Foresight Slash. What exactly happens when you press R2 after special sheet? It's a parry with immediately after a counter in a single move. If you manage to time it correctly, you will hear a specific sound and you will see a purple aura around your character. On top of that, you will maintain your current Spirit Gauge level, so without losing your current Spirit Gauge multiplier. Let's start talking about the pros. The most important aspect of this attack is the high motion value it has. With no Spirit Gauge, you have a motion value of 17. With white Spirit Gauge, you have a motion value of 19 on the first hit and of 55 on the second hit. On yellow Spirit Gauge, you have a motion value of 31 on the first hit and 72 on the second hit. On red gauge, you have 39 motion value on the first hit and 86 of motion value with the second hit. It's important to underline that this attack is not affected by Spirit Gauge attack multiplier. The second pro is having a part break modifier of 1.5, so it means you will be able to reach the part break limit faster using Iai Spirit Slash. But watch out, this multiplier is only applied on the second hit of each Spirit Gauge level. On the first hits you have a part break multiplier of 0, which means it will be impossible to deal part break damage with the first hit. The third pro is connecting a Iai Spirit Slash with a faster Spirit Thrust, and if this connects, you will be able to do Unhelm Breaker. You can see on screen a comparison video between a normal Spirit Thrust and a fast Spirit Thrust after Iai Spirit Slash. The fourth pro is having 2 seconds of hyper armor immediately after pressing R2. Fifth and last pro is that you have Mind's Eye on it. Now let's talk about the cons. Iai Spirit Slash is extremely difficult for average players. You don't have extra iframes like for Foresight Spirit Slash, which gives you 45 iframes at 60 FPS. In this case, you only have the standard amount of iframes you have for a roll, which are 13, and so you can easily understand why it's so difficult to perform. Iai Spirit Slash is extremely risky. In fact, if you don't time it correctly, you will lose a Spirit Gauge level. So if you are, for example, in red gauge and you are doing a Iai Spirit Slash and you miss it, you will lose 10% of your damage. Here on screen there is a quick reminder about the Spirit Gauge level attack multipliers. After performing a Iai Spirit Slash, you have an extremely long animation commitment of 2.5 seconds. In this period of time, the only thing you can do is watch the monster attacking you while you can only stay still. The biggest limitation of this attack is the fact that you have to special sheet before using Iai Spirit Slash. So you are just staying still on a position and wait for the monster to attack you. In order to use efficiently Iai Spirit Slash, you have first to special sheet, and so you have to predict what the monster is gonna do. Since the moves pattern of a monster is not fixed, it follows that you have to pray that the monster is gonna attack you with his weak point and not with a beam or in general attacks from the distance. The second hit of Iai Spirit Slash has a delayed hitbox, which means it may land on a different part of the monster compared to the first hit. So even if you aim directly at that weak point of the monster, it's possible that the second hit, which has the highest motion value, may not land on that weak point. But the biggest issue about Iai Spirit Slash is that it's bugged. Iai Spirit Slash is bugged, and you know why? I introduced this video by saying how it works. You saw that if you hear that specific sound and you see the purple aura, and on top of that you maintain your current spirit gauge level, it means that you have successfully done the Iai Spirit Slash. But there are some circumstances, more on PC than on PS4, and I don't know why. Even if you satisfy these conditions, you will fail the Iai Spirit Slash. An issue regarding this point is the pin attacks. Sometimes pin attacks can be Iai Spirit Slash, sometimes they cannot, and this seems to be random. Now that you know how this attack works, I'd like to give you some personal tips which I hope will be useful. Let's say there are 3 major points you have to consider when you want to Iai Spirit Slash. First thing is positioning. You have to stay near the monster and you have to consider the direction of the special sheet. Remember that you have only 3.5 seconds of this animation. After this period of time, you will sheath your weapon automatically. A little trick that speedrunners do with longsword is when you have to round slash and you want to delay that animation, you can wait until the very last moment and press R2 plus X when almost all the round slash animation is completed. In this way you will delay this attack and you will have more time of special sheath. For example, you use this when you know that the monster will hit you not immediately but after a small amount of time, and to cover that small amount of time you have to delay the round slash. Don't worry too much about the direction you are facing. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. You have an angle of execution of Iai Spirit Slash, and you can see on screen roughly how much wide this angle is. An important feature about this attack is the inversion of the camera when you perform the Iai Spirit Slash. In particular, this is something you should really consider when you have to evade after a Iai Spirit Slash, or if you have to connect a Spirit Thrust after again a Iai Spirit Slash. When you play longsword, your priority is always to level up the spirit gauge level as fast as possible. So it follows that you don't have to Iai Spirit Slash with no spirit gauge level or with wide spirit gauge level. There are very few circumstances where I suggest to use the Iai Spirit Slash in yellow spirit gauge level, for example after an Helmbreaker. But most of the time I recommend to use Iai Spirit Slash only in red gauge, because after it you can Spirit Thrust and land an Helmbreaker. Otherwise, if you have a lower spirit gauge level than red, it means it will be totally useless to land a Spirit Thrust and an Helmbreaker. The most important tip I can give you guys is just one. If you really want to improve your Iai Spirit Slash or you want to use it more frequently, just go and watch speedrunners do it. Remember that one speedrun is always better than 1000 words of explanation. And there we are. The video is almost finished. I tried to cover as much things as possible, so if I omitted something, please let me know down below in the comment section. I would be really happy if you could also give me more feedbacks in order to improve my videos. As always, thank you guys for the huge support. Be ready for new and amazing speedruns in the near future. Stay strong and cool, but don't forget that longsword is life. Bye!